Hey fellow Trisors, my name is Jonah and I'm going to be posting videos to help you guys out. The videos are going to go from basic to advanced, and it's just in case you need to tune up what you're doing or you need to full on just learn something. I'm going to see if I can help you out. And I'm going to start off with a basic thing today. I'm going to be starting with rolls. Basic parkour roll goes from the one shoulder to the other hip. Either side doesn't matter, just make sure it's a slant, going from one side to the other. And I'm going to take you through it, starting from your feet, all the way up to where you should be doing with your head. Starting from the feet, you should make sure to land on your toes and go down to your heels. The next part is to make sure that when your knees are bending, you're not just going to squat. You're going to make sure that as your knees bend, you start to aim your shoulder forward. That way you can roll over your shoulder, bring your hip over, land on your feet, and continue your run. Now the next part is a matter of preference for most people, but for me, I try to put my shoulder right where my face would be if I face planted into the ground. And then I roll my hip over in as straight a line as possible, going forward from my shoulder. And then I go ahead and put my feet down and stand back up. For me, I always make sure to keep my roll as fast as possible. That way I can get up as fast as possible. Keeping your legs tucked in is the best way to increase your speed, because as laws of physics dictate, whatever is held in close will be able to spin faster than anything that's spread apart. That's exactly why figure skaters, they always make sure to keep their body really closely and tight, and they can spin all those times. It's because their body's close together. The minute they spread out, they slow down. Make sure to use that in parkour whenever you're doing certain moves. It'll help you out. Okay, now that's the basic roll. That's for like when you take off from the ground and then you land back on the ground, because all your momentum is going forwards. But what about when you start jumping off something a little bit taller, like my house here? Make sure that you land on both your feet, not one, both of your feet. And then when you land on both your feet, it's essentially the same thing. The key here is to not stop yourself when you hit the ground. You have to make sure you keep using that downward momentum, because if you try to fight it, your joints are going to get hurt from it, and eventually, really soon, you'll be having knee problems, and that's not good. So right when you hit the ground, you got to make sure to use that downward momentum and roll with it. If you don't, you're going to be paying for it later. Now, as I'm going to do with all of my videos, I'm going to explain the practicality of the move that I taught. There's nothing more practical than a roll in parkour. If you're doing a move and you're going to mess up, then go ahead and bail. Make sure to roll with it. If you have to jump off something tall, roll with it. If you're going really fast and you think you might trip, instead of just falling to the ground like an idiot, roll with it and keep going. If you're not sure about your roll and you think you might need to work on it, if you're on concrete, try to land as quietly as possible. Because if you do that, you're pretty much landing as softly as possible, and it helps you out. Okay, well, that's about it for rolls. Hope you got something from this. Go ahead and leave a comment, and go out there and try it.